shit's in the safe. Got me a spot out the way. Nigga just tryna be safe.
The good sports talk.
Right now?
I think he could be. And I think he could be because ultimately this team is, whether they're mediocre or better, is going to be decided by what you do with your quarterback situation. And considering the fact that Cam Newton is hurt, Cam Newton only played 2 games this year. He was only complete 56% of his passes at the time. Clearly had not completely rehabilitated from his injuries from last season when he was completing about 68% of his passes, the best of his career, over 67% before his injury. The bottom line is this. What the Carolina Panthers have repeatedly shown, they got a coach, they got an elite defense. I'm talking about the past. They had a coach, they had the elite defense, et cetera, et cetera. But everything comes and goes with that quarterback situation, which clearly has been Cam Newton. And unless they've made a decision, either they're going to move Cam or they're going to keep him. Either way, it's going to dictate the level of success you're going to have in your future. And that's why I say Cam Newton, of course he could be coaching for his job, because right now they're looking at this team in its totality, and you have teams with suspect, mediocre, or average quarterbacks who have enjoyed the level of success. And if I'm an owner, as much as I like Ron Rivera, I'm going to ask the question, how come I haven't gotten that with you? Even though they're not bad this year, but I'm still going to ask that question. They are 5-5. They're still in the playoff hunt, but I don't think they're ready to go.
See, I think Tepper's...
If they do move on for Cam Newton and go to another direction with a different quarterback, say if they got Kyle Allen for the beginning of the season and he don't pan out how they thought he was, and then you in a situation that you're going to probably have to get rid of Rivera because it's a whole new thing. You ain't got Cam Newton there. Like, when you start over with a new quarterback, everything got to be revolving around that type of quarterback. What he good at? What can he do? You see, Kyle Allen was doing good at the beginning of the season. Now everybody's on to him. And it's showing. He could be a quarterback, a good quarterback, but at the same time, everyone has film on you. So they know what you can do and what you can't do. And that's why he threw like 4 picks last game. Because they picking up on what he not good at. And they on to him. When he was starting the beginning of the season, people ain't know who he really was. And then Carolina got caught up in the situation of we can move on from Cam Newton. Then these past weeks, they shown like, yeah, you might have to keep Cam Newton. If they do move on for him and start over a new quarterback, you gotta hope it pan out.
Comments differently in terms of the implications of what he's saying, whether he realizes it or not. It's like what Jerry Jones did with the Cowboys. He isolated for every variable. You got an offensive line, you got a defense, you got receivers, you got a running back. I'm signing everybody up. If we don't make a run, is it the quarterback or the coach? And I believe ultimately, whether he realizes it or not, what he's doing is isolating the coach, and then eventually he'll get rid of the coach. What Tepper's going to come to realize when he says, mediocrity is not okay long term, is these replacement quarterbacks in the league who get hot for a little while, they look like... And then you have Cam Newton, who has a track record, by hook or by crook. I know you say, well, he hasn't shown he can pass, but he has a track record in the NFL as a difference maker. He's made it to a Super Bowl. He's won an MVP. And with North Turner, he also showed statistically he was having his best passing season until he got hurt. So I think ultimately where this leads the owner is, if we don't want to be mediocre, then all this noise about you got to move on from Cam Newton, no, that's how you remain mediocre. We have a special quarterback. If this guy gets healthy, I have to throw down with him. Like, that's the thing we have to do and not move on.
Let me ask Jonathan this question.
That's the only thing that's holding Cam Newton back. It's them injuries. That's the only thing. And you know how the league is. Even though he's a superstar, he been hurt, and they feel like we probably got to move on from him. Not the owner probably. He probably don't want to move on from him. Rivera probably want to move on from Cam Newton because he keep getting hurt. But at the same time, when he healthy, Carolina's a different team. I know he started out good this year, but it was the injuries. It was the foot. He couldn't really do nothing this season. That's why they started out 0-2. You could tell the injuries was still bothering him. And he couldn't really do too much for them. And you see why they haven't seen him. They put him on IR because he done for the season. Like his body ain't recuperate this season.
Based off of what you just said, to get your opinion. I understand Cam was once special. I understand that he's been suffering from those injuries. Do you still consider Cam Newton special as a quarterback?
Am I assuming he's coming back healthy?
Yes.
Yes. He's still special.
Okay.
I assume he's coming back healthy. He's still special. I saw a shell of who he was injured. I take the comments much differently. I take the comments as he saw the Saints and how the Saints performed when Drew Brees was down and Drew Brees was injured, and he watched the Saints defense step up and continue to win games and have Teddy Bridgewater, who did a phenomenal job in Drew Brees' absence. And then he saw Drew Brees come back. They sputtered in one game and stepped right back into it. He's seen sustained success from the Saints winning the division now multiple years in a row and saying, wait a minute, what's going on with us? Because when you look at the Carolina Panthers, every time we start the season, we say, defense is good, they should be in it. They're not in it. They're not going to make the playoffs this year. They're not going to make a wild card spot. And you can talk about the quarterback position all we want, but he's looking and saying, I have a team, a franchise, a model that I have to see twice a year that has figured it out. Why haven't we figured it out?
And Max, I want to say this to you about North Turner. I think he was doing an outstanding job in the early part of last season with Cam Newton. But that's not to say that people would not have figured things out. We don't know. North Turner as an offensive coordinator since 2013. His offenses have ranked 27, 20, 16, 23, 14, and 15.
It's not going to get it done.
Look, I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Your guy's point.
I'm just saying.
Your guy.
That's not gonna get it done for them. That's the main reason they're sitting at 5-5. The offense haven't figured it out yet. They still gotta know what they have in DJ Moore, Samuels. They know what they got in Christian McCaffrey, but they need to know they have in a wide receiver core. Do they have the right guys to throw the football to? Is DJ Moore going to pan out how we drafted him? Is he going to develop into a number one wide receiver? Is Samuel going to develop into a number two or number one wide receiver? They don't know what direction they're going in right now. They don't know what direction their wide receiver core is in right now. They haven't figured that out. They tight end being a bright spot, the only consistent wide receiver they have. They haven't figured anything out yet. They have a solid defense. It's just the offensive of the ball that's not been figured out yet. That's not going to get it done. They not going to make it in the playoffs this year because at 5-5, they are in a tough spot because you got teams in front of you that's 83, 82 for a wild card. They got to figure out some situation going on in Carolina is that offense.
This point seems to be coach, like the focus is starting to go to coach. Are you good enough? But what I'm saying
I'm saying it's both, coach and players.
Okay, what I'm saying is there was a lot of talk about, hey, Cam is replaceable. Cam is older. Cam's expensive. Let's go with the younger, cheaper version. And what I'm saying is whether the owner realizes it or not, when he sits down to evaluate what he has, to me, this is going to lead inevitably to the conclusion, whoa, wait a minute, we have a healthy Cam Newton, we're not moving on from that.
Jonathan, if you are the Panthers and you want to move away from kind of being middle of the pack, would you start with Ron Rivera?
Would I start as in replacing Ron Rivera?
Yeah, the coach.
No, I would start. Ron Rivera's a good coach. I would start with the offensive coordinator. I would start with really analyzing, are we playing complementary football? We always spit that out. And what is complementary football? I'll never forget when Sean Payton, we won the Super Bowl. Sean Payton said,
That's the only thing. When the team ain't doing well, of course everyone gonna go towards the coach. But Rivera's shown that he's a successful coach, that he's a good coach. It just, his star quarterback just been hurt. So you can't really go after him. When he have a healthy Cam Newton, they made the playoffs. This year they ain't gonna make it because Cam Newton's not on the field. I understand Kyle Allen started out hot, but he cooled down now because once you figure out that hot quarterback, you know what to do that week. And it's shown. He's not ready to be a starter no time soon. It's still Cam Newton's team. He just need to be healthy. But when they play like this, of course they always going to aim at the coach.
At our best, when I stop trying to pass the ball so damn much and I focus on running the football because Drew Brees is going to get his regardless.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app